Okay, this is question 14 on 1.3 homework. I've already labeled. They said that xtz is 10x minus 3 and angle zty is x squared minus 6. So I labeled those. I also labeled that they're congruent because they tell us that tz bisects xty. So if this is xty right here, we know that tz cuts it directly in half. Okay. So we know they're equal, so we can say x squared minus 6x equals 10x minus 3. So again, we have a squared value, or an x squared value, and we have an x value, which means we're dealing with a quadratic. So what I'll do is I'll subtract 10x from both sides and add 3 to both sides. So we have the following. Now what we're supposed to do is find the product. So two numbers that multiply to get 3, that when we add them together we get negative 16. But you'll notice that the only factors of 3 are 3 and 1. There's no way we can add those in any form to get negative 16. So what we'll have to do is use the quadratic formula. Now, if you guys don't recall, these are A's, X's, and B's. Just color coordinate them. So in this case, we have negative b, we have our b squared, and then our a is right here, and our c is right here. So let's just replace those values. As we can see right here, our b is negative 16, and our c is 3. So let's note that. Our a is 1 in this case. So let me move this aside. We have negative 16 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's negative 16 squared. I forget what that is. $256? Yeah, 256. Okay, so we have 256 minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 3. So let's put 4 times 3. All over 2 times a, which is just 2. Okay, let's simplify it. We get 16 plus or minus the square root of 256 minus 12. I'll just do this on the side. That should be we'll just add them together. That is 244 all over 2. So I'll erase this. Hopefully that work is correct, so I don't have to go back. So now we have 16 plus the square root of 244 all over 2, and we have 16 minus the square root of 244 all over 2. What is the square root of 244? Let's see if this will give it to us. Okay. So we have 15.6205. Let's bring this in here. Okay. 15.6205. So we have 16 plus 15.6205 all over 2. And then we also have the same thing, but it's we're subtracting it. maybe we'll just do this. See if we can evaluate this. So 0.18975, and for this one we have 15.81025. Now obviously this you could just plug into your calculator like I'm doing and get into these kind of harsh quadratic formula expressions. Oh. So x is either equal to one of these numbers. Now if we plug these in, we only need to plug it into one of them. So let's do 10 times 15.81025 minus 3. Which equals, wow, I read it perfectly fine, 155.1025. And then in the other case, when we're dealing with the other x value, with quadratics you end up having two x values, since it's an x squared function, minus 3. Hope this reads that. We get a negative value. Yeah, we don't want a negative value, so this is what we'll do. Cross this one out. We're just dealing with x equaling 15.81025, in which case we know that both of these angles are 155.1025, and if we're trying to find the measure of xty, which is this one, what should we do? Should multiply it by 2. 310.205. Okay, so that is the measure of angle XTY.